Hello and welcome to a time special presentation for Thirukkural with the Times, where we explore real-world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. Every faith finds a reflection of its own truth in Valluvar's mirror. But what was Valluvar's religious identity? Over the years, scholars have proposed different ideas, but not one has been conclusive, except one underlying truth.
In the introductory section of the Thirukkural, known as the Payiram or preface, Valluvar devotes the first 3 chapters to 3 lofty themes: in praise of God, in praise of rain, and the greatness of ascetics. In the opening chapter, he performs a rare literary feat, dedicating 10 couplets solely to exalting the divine. What is truly remarkable is that in all 10, he never reveals, even faintly, his own religious affiliation. The God he praises is cloaked in universality. His words, though deeply reverent, are so free of sectarian markers that the divine he invokes could be the God everyone worships, not a person but an embodiment of virtues. Over centuries, commentators have drawn from the wells of Saiva Siddhanta, Vaishnavism, Jainism, Buddhism, the Bhagavad Gita, the Bible, and even Zoroastrianism to interpret these verses. Each tradition finds a reflection of its own truths in Valluvar's mirror. Yet, this very ambiguity has ignited a literary debate among Tamil scholars. Who was Valluvar? What was his faith? Thiruvi Kalyana Sundaranar and Professor Vaiyaburi Pillai, both erudite scholars, suggest that the spiritual overtones of the first chapter hint at Jain influences. On the other hand, Vajravel Mudaliyar sees the soul of Kural steeped in Saiva Siddhanta. The Christian missionary scholar G.O. Pope declared that Kural echoed the Sermon on the Mount. Opinions differ, but there is near universal agreement on one point. Valluvar wrote for the universal human, one unbound by religious identity, yet deeply spiritual. The most debated verse in the opening chapter is the 9th couplet, where God is described as the one who possesses the 8-fold excellence. Curiously, Valluvar does not elaborate on what these 8 attributes are. Perhaps in his time, the concept was widely known and needed no clarification. Or perhaps he left it open, inviting seekers to look within and interpret for themselves. Saiva Siddhanta describes the 8 traits as supreme grace, omnipotence, incomparability, pure intelligence, omniscience, detachment, infinite bliss, and absolute purity. Jainism, meanwhile, offers another lens. It speaks of the 8 divine signs that adorn a Tirthankara, the enlightened guide: divine seed, halo, celestial fan, triple umbrella, Ashoka tree, floral rain, heavenly music, and divine proclamation. In another layer of meaning, Jain philosophy also speaks of 8 karmic bonds from which the soul must liberate itself. Karmas that obscure knowledge, perception, obstruct effort, create delusion, determine body, status, emotion, and lifespan. Some scholars who consider Valluvar as a Siddhar also attribute the couplet to the 8 supernatural faculties associated with enlightenment. Amidst the swirl of interpretations, a quiet yet profound insight was once offered by a teacher of mine. She asked, Why did Valluvar place this couplet ninth in the sequence? I had no answer. She smiled and said, "Look at the 8 couplets before it. Each one praises the divine with a unique attribute. The ninth simply gathers them all, referring to God as the one who embodies these 8 virtues already described." A moment of revelation, simple yet powerful. Indeed, the preceding 8 couplets refer to God in 8 exalted ways. Adi Bhagavan, the primordial one. Valarivan, he of flawless wisdom. Malarmisai Eginan, he whose feet rest upon the flower. Vendadal Vendamai Ilan, he beyond desire and aversion. Iraivan, the sovereign being. Porivayil Aindu Avithan, he who mastered the 5 senses. Tanakku Omai Iladan, none can be compared to him. Ara Ari Andarnan, ocean of virtues and justice. Then comes the 9th, the verse that sparked centuries of debate. Kolil, Poriyin, Gunamilave, Yengunaththaan, Thalai, Vanangaa, Thalai. Palsied and pointless is the head that bows not to the feet of the one of 8-fold grace. What a line! Soft in its cadence, sharp in its implication. In leaving the divine unnamed and unclaimed, Valluvar did more than avoid controversy. He handed us a mirror polished with humility and universality. Name and form of the God matters, he seems to say, but the virtues we see in the divine and seek in ourselves do matter even more.